Men of Reddit, how safe do you feel in your country? Where are you from? Do you feel safe in your country? Poland. Perfectly safe. I can go out without any fear at any time of day night. So can my wife. My kids walk to school alone few kms every day. No problems. I'm from a small mountain town in the northeast of Italy. In town, everyone knows everyone and old ladies stare at the window reporting to the police any suspect car that drives by. So yeah, like 99.999999 safe at the point it's almost boring. The wildest thing that happened in the past month was someone finding lost keys in a parking lot. Extremely safe here in Finland. I can't even imagine getting mugged, attached or whatsoever. Never had anything happen other than once got my bike stolen. The police got it back a day later. UK, we got some pretty nasty badgers. I'm South African. Not too safe. Brazilian. Not safe at all. Every day is a hustle. Netherlands, pretty much only nuclear war scares me. Japan, it's too safe. I've completely lost my downtown East LA situational awareness. I'm assuming safe in this context means, like, the chance I'll become a victim of a violent crime. The odds seem to indicate I'm pretty safe. I've got more reason to fear layoffs than muggers. Well, considering I live in Israel. Depends when you ask me, usually very safe though. I am in Michigan, United States. Live in a blue-collar town and I feel safe and am very grateful that I live in the United States. It's not perfect by any means, but it is not Israel, Palestine or Ukraine. I'm from a shithole country in South America. I don't feel safe at all. Ireland. Extremely safe in general. At work, home, shopping, socializing, etc. That being said, there are dodgy areas within all towns where you might not be entirely safe at. You go looking for trouble, you'll find it. Middle of Ukraine, safe enough, thanks to our warriors and other countries' supporters. UK. 9.510 most days. I don't go looking for trouble. Stay out of places which are obviously less pleasant when the sun goes down. And generally keep my head down. It's clearly nothing like some places in the world. Don't get me wrong, I'd avoid certain parts of London and Birmingham no matter what time of day. But it doesn't stop me visiting those cities regularly. I am from Finland and currently lives in Estonia. Both countries are ethnically homogeneous and safe. Currently live in Ofakim, Israel. I don't feel safe. From Israel. Not so much. I'm a woman. I live in Slovenia. I feel very safe. I can walk alone at night even in areas that are considered ghetto by our standards. Oh, the chance of me dying is 45 in South Africa. I'm a Southeast Asian man currently living as international student in Australia. I prepared myself for the worst, but everything turned out alright and I feel safe. USA. X200B. I feel very safe most of the time. That being said, I avoid high crime areas. Practice situational awareness to avoid potential problems. And live in an area where a lot of people are legally armed. Brazil. Which is one of the most crime-ridden countries. I still feel unsafe, even though I live in one of the states with the least worst crime rates. Stats mean nothing when there are numerous reports of crimes happening blocks away from home. I'm a big man in his early 30s from the UK, so quite safe. There's no major events or conflicts affecting the safety on our streets, and for the most part we don't have guns on our streets routinely. Although there is a bit of violent crime and my stature is not always a deferent. I grew up on the council estates of the north of England, which are comparable to the projects in the States. I've seen about as violent as this country can get and know to carry myself confidently in all situations where I may potentially become a victim. Canada. 100 safe. Crime is low here, despite what the media wants us to think. And we have the world's largest ally to the south. If the US wanted to invade, they would just have to roll up and ask politely. But if anyone else wanted to invade, they would have to deal with the US. Extremely safe. I'm in Cyprus, which is geographically in the Middle East. But we are a European Union flag European Union country. Democracy. Western way of life. Our dispute with Turkey is frozen. And although every single man in Cyprus has a military rifle at home, homicides are minimal to none. USA military veteran and retired peace officer. Very safe in my location. I live in south of Israel, pretty much not RN. Right? No? Not at all. Guess my country. I'm Canadian Peruvian. I feel safe in both countries. Funny thing. I got mugged in Canada at knife point coming out of a bank. In Peru, I've walked in ghetto slum ISHS areas late at night after coming back from Tinder dates and never got anything mugged or robbed. Ironic. France. Not very safe, and we are not allowed to talk about it on Reddit. Ireland. Really depends. I live in a fairly drug-rich scummy town. There's always some sort of group of thugs no matter where you go or what time it is. Here in Nigeria, loudly crying, I wish I can explain the level of insecurities. I'm from Jamaica, so not very safe. The police are useless. And the crime is insane. We have a culture that celebrates and glorifies gangsters. So we're fucked basically. I'm gay and live in the southern United States. I've been assaulted a few times because of my sexuality. I guess they wanted to beat the love of God into me. I carry a gun when I go out, but I still don't feel safe. Spain. I feel very safe, but it's getting slightly worse. Every day it's an adventure here in Latin America, but generally I feel safe enough. Middle Europe. Not safe at all. In Colombia 75 safety. I live in the UK. It mainly depends where I am. But here in Glasgow, Scotland, which was once known as the murder capital of Western Europe, I feel somewhat unsafe when walking. At night time, Glasgow is known for its youth gang culture, stabbings and all sorts of sex crimes. It doesn't help when the Scottish police jurisdiction are unreliable to the public, due to cuts from the Scottish government over the past few years. Casablanca, Morocco. Absolutely not safe, especially in empty streets or at night. Chances to get mugged are very high. I'm from the US. Kinda hard to give a blanket statement for the entire country. There are some parts one wouldn't feel safe in high crime areas. But generally speaking, yeah, I feel safe. Rural Austria here. We sometimes don't even lock the front doors. Something like garages are usually always open. The packages that are delivered lie freely at the front door and are not stolen. Most bikes are not even locked. Only the e-bikes. We have break-ins and fights from time to time. But nothing dramatic. Fucking Honduras, that's why I'm here. We live in the suburbs of NYC and our town is extremely safe. Our very well-paid cops have very little to do other than write tickets. Completely safe. America. I'm in a small town in the middle of the Midwestern US. Everyone says it's safe, but we also have a slightly higher violent crime rate than the state's two largest cities. But like those cities, it's pretty safe outside of the methed up parts of town. Canada. Yes,